keeping myself company. 4/29, Friday, November 15th, 2024. It's just, sit and wait. Wait for them to come into the office again. Wait for them to email you back saying what? Sorry, someone broke into the office and was sending you fake notices? Like, yeah, maybe it is a broken brainness of me that I think adults have some, like, they're trying to teach you something, and like something that's like not just like fucking stupid or mean. They're trying to like show you how something works so that you could fix it, maybe, or like they have some like higher, better purpose. It's not just like I don't know, how is this for Jesus? She's an atheist, and we'll burn her at the stake. Like, that's not for, you know what I mean? Higher, better purpose, like wanting to get housing for all for people, and they thought that they could use you complaining for some reason as like, I don't know. The feeling that someone thought they could use me for anything. I mean, that's just wrong anyway. It is wrong. There's no real like, oh, well, this is fine. As long as I'm being used for good. But that's what they want you to think with religion. If I followed a timeline where I had been a believer, you would use language like God had a calling and had a role for you to play. And all the shit around you would be explained as like angels and shit, and like instead, okay, wait, and like yeah, you're fulfilling some bigger story or whatever, and not like, no, these individual people with their own corrupt little fucking mentalities have been trying to use you because it was convenient. Or why don't you just argue things yourselves? You thought that somehow I would have a power you didn't. Like, I could reach a generation. Or you thought I was like a different, like maybe they had misconceptions about my school or something. And like the idea that like the school can't give you money. Like, they're like legally not allowed to. If it was found out that they were like giving people money outside of the school, like the alumni association can pay your rent or something, but the school itself isn't supposed to like give people bribes or like there was a whole issue with like an old president giving money to the GOP. I don't know if it was his money or if it was the school money, but there used to be a website called Protect the Children. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck these people are that spent their whole lives trying to be like I mean, even in that way, I thought they were sort of teaching me. Yeah, suddenly there's a fucking sound outside. But even in that way, I thought they were sort of teaching me how there's like a fake complaint department. And that's what the Protect the Children thing might have been. Because like, I don't know that guy ever stepped in to anything that like me and my friends would have complained about, and or had like legitimate concerns. And it's not like, oh, shut the school down, but yeah, to change attitudes and policies. And I mean, I don't know how. There's clearly some shit that I never understood too. I just saw a picture. I was a Spartan student intern when I was there. I worked at a performing arts center for the summer just before like 12th grade. And they did a bit about the Spartan student interns, and one kid is doing the okay sign. And yet he's a black kid. And someone had explicitly taught me that that was like a white supremacist thing. So it could mean something totally different to his generation. Maybe the kid that taught me it was a white supremacist thing was like feeding me. Oh, right, the whole story, it started on 4chan, right? And it was like a joke at first and evolved into something, but like taking it back meant like, well, what does it mean to this kid who's like very, because it like, you see Proud Boys do it. If you watch footage from January 6th, they got somebody in there doing that sign. It's usually like a big white guy. You know, has it trickled into the younger people? These kids are like 11th or 12th graders. Trickled into their generation being like, oh no, this is, it means I love my country, or it means they didn't see the January 6th footage, or like somebody told them the opposite, that it means something completely different. Like I have no, but like they're explicitly doing the sign in the picture. And there, yeah, remembering now, there was a photo of kids back in like 2007 or something. It was like, hey, look at us at the park. And someone was doing the sign back in 2007 in the middle of the fucking group of kids. So it's like something that has evolved. It's some kind of joke. It's some kind of like, well, you're right. It used to be if like, you know, the kid would like hold it down by their dick. It's usually like a boy joke. And it's like, haha, I made you look at my dick. Like, you weren't looking at their dick. They just like distracted you with the stupid. But it would be like held like upside down. And this is like when they do like, you know, noise that was not there a second ago. Yeah, how is this factor, the things that are like constantly doing stuff outside, like they've been waiting around for 4 years to watch you get evicted? What is the deal here? I mean, the trajectory of events looks like I've never had anything. My dad died. I got a little bit of money. I bought some new stuff, and they just wanted to steal all the stuff that I bought. Because I didn't have anything before. How was I supposed to use it to my advantage when I couldn't leave the fucking building? You just wanted me to be exposed to you directly so you could try to get me sick or fuck with me somehow outside. I might already be dead by now if I had gone outside. Here, we're gonna just like make life intolerable and make you try to deal with it anyway. If we had liked you, it wouldn't have been so bad. What is the idea? But yeah, they didn't like you. There's no way you can interpret the shit that's been going on around my building as like friendly. It, 2020 was like May, the end of May happened. There was a party next door. It like fucked up my ear canals. The very next day, I remember like it was like motorcycles and the buses going around the block over and over and over again. Like, they were doing some weird shit. I remember, like, I feel like I passed out watching the buses go around in circles. My room kept getting, like, filled with pollution, all that heavy, like, through 2021. Like, the protests were over. You can't say it was tear gas or something. It was, like, always getting filled with, like, fucking pollution, and I was choking. Like, I couldn't breathe in my room. Stuff was super loud in a weaponized way. Like, they were trying to hurt you. And then my dad died in July, and I remember it getting, like, weirdly quiet, like, right after he died. I got money in September from him dying that was unexpected. We're poor. Didn't think there would be any inheritance or anything. It was $100,000. I paid my art tax bill. That was, like, the first thing I did. I mean, like, I took care of responsibilities. I paid somebody back that had bought me a phone and was paying for a phone plan since, like, 2017. Gave them, like, $1,000 and something back. I gave people, like, that had helped me out money back. Like, paid people back. I mean, it's not like I just bought fun stuff and did fun stuff. I was paying my rent, obviously. The electric bill. I got internet because I didn't have actual internet. I was tethering off my phone, which had, like, a data cap. So I couldn't, like, all through 2020 and stuff, it's not like I could do what I'm doing now. I didn't have this technology that I have right now in 2020. So, like, I mean, they already got, like, a giant chunk of that money in rent. They just wanted all of it. Like, what the... Yeah, what are you gonna get? My fucking air conditioner? Yeah, the thing was like $500 or something. Yeah, some wigs and some clothes because I wanted to do, like, a character. You guys are assholes. I really don't know if I should try to, like, like soak the computer in water or something. Because it doesn't turn on. I need to get it repaired. I feel like if they throw me outside with it, I feel like someone's going to steal it. I don't know what to do with it. I want to keep it. I want it to just work again. It was like that was going to be my livelihood. I bought Word. Like, you had to pay extra now to buy, like, Word for the thing. I invested in this computer. And then it had, like, a firmware update. It started to spin really fast, and I shut it off. The same day as those pagers that went off. Like, I can't forget that it was, like, the same day. Because it was like, what the fuck? Yeah, I don't think my computer should not have, like, had a... But, like, it was just, like... It was, like, whirring really, really fast, and it was freaking me out. Somebody wants you to feel like a war correspondent because, like, they need those or something. I wasn't going to be that. I'm not a journalist. Like, I was a poet. I'm a sci-fi writer. I'm a nerd. I'm not going out in the field and being, like, bashed and beaten and taking one good picture of some poor kid that's dead. Like... You got that covered, don't you? Based on all the footage you've seen for the past fucking year. 1,000, like, dead kids every fucking day. Because, yeah, I thought it was, like, my responsibility to sit there and, like, watch the news. I'm a sci-fi writer. Yeah, you do need those people. You do need those people. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's just this constant idea like somebody decided that you were worthless. That's part of why they're doing this to you. It's the idea that someone is doing something to you is like fucked up. That shouldn't happen. Again, that's like why, again, I mean, I'm repeating myself, but the weird, incessant thing about like God and shit, oh, that's why. Because when they wanted you to have this mentality that like God has called on you for some purpose and not, no, they're utilizing you for some specific agenda somebody has. What am I supposed to do? Beg again? Like, don't kick me out of my home? I don't feel like I should reasonably have to do anything. It's like when I broke my ankle, there was this thing, they were trying to make me go up the stairs on my crutches. And they were like graded metal stairs that had like gaps in between. It was like a side stairwell or something. And she kept saying, if you fall back, I'll catch you. And I was just like, no. Why the fuck do I need to do this, even? And then they, like, my dad showed up. It was at the health center at school. He showed up to take me home. And, like, it just got, like, even worse. Instead of feeling, like, more confident. But it just reminds me of the feeling of, like, you know, like, I'm broken and you're trying to make me go up the fucking stairs on, like, crutches. Just to, like, for you. You think, like, this is funny or something to put me through some shit. Somebody bashed me in the head in Ithaca. Like, I'm just, like, really confident that that's what happened now. Someone bashed me in the fucking head. And then left me on the floor in my bedroom. So, something has been, like, fucked up around me for a really long time. I do not have somewhere to go. Maybe, like, they've been doing this shit to you because it makes it look bad that you're like, I have nowhere to go. Because I don't. You don't fucking own me. I don't want to be there. I got sick when I was there. There's nothing about the situation. Like, I don't want to go back to my fucking high school. I lived in Portland, Oregon, where people smoked weed and hung out at ground control and went to concerts. And they were like adults. That was my life. You surrounded me with some shit. Like you were going to drag me back to Pennsylvania. I don't belong in Pennsylvania. Yeah, this is the most atheist city in the fucking country. There's special protections for non-believers. The entire left coast, Washington, Oregon, and California was blue. Pennsylvania went red. They fucking voted for Trump. I never want to go to fucking Pennsylvania. There's nothing wrong with me. You just didn't let me have friends. Clearly. Because, I mean, like, what has been around me all the time? Some religious fucking psychopath. They won't leave me alone. My mother. My sister's flaky about religion. She'll say one thing one day, another thing another. Whatever's easier. My dad was not religious. But then he still was like, you're going to hell, when I told him I was an atheist when I was like 14. Yeah, somebody's perverted idea of like, oh, yeah, they're an intellectual. No, that means we can like do weird sex stuff to them. Like, totally misconstrued what shit meant. Yeah, fuck who Richard Dawkins or Sam Harris or even like James Baldwin or what fucking Galileo or anybody was. Copernicus. Weren't they atheists too? Or they were, but they had to like pretend they weren't so they didn't get killed, and they got killed anyway. I don't get the story right now. No, you're a girl, so that means we can do sex stuff to you. I hate your guts. On behalf of all girls ever, I hate your fucking guts. Oh, here comes the guard. Well, it's not, it's almost 5 a.m. That just seems closer to when they're supposed to show up. Well, I put earplugs in. Wait for their shit to be over. Maybe it won't be so bad if they're coming at the hour they're supposed to. Whatever. No, we flooded your apartment in 2018, and then COVID, we specifically said that it was better to have like anything ventilated, and we wanted to trap you inside somewhere to die. Like, but I mean, the room was built with the windows like fucking broken and open anyway. You could stick your entire hand in, but so like, I mean, no matter what happened, there was some fucking like thing where like you were gonna do some weird sound shit to me. Man, this guy has like an ego the size of Jupiter. I hope they don't have kids. I don't think, like, that sounded so empty. And yeah, let's count how many times they show up now after 4:50 a.m. What, they're gonna be so bored when somebody fucking, like, removes me from my home. Who will they have to fucking screw with next? So much time and effort and energy just to like fuck with one person. Yeah, it's just a distraction. What were you talking about? Religious discrimination, being an atheist my whole life. The way it feels like something has literally followed me around. And there's always been, like, a weird religious fucking person around. In the most atheist city in the country. I never was just circled by only people who were like non-religious ever in my whole life. And like, you know, you wouldn't expect it, but then you realize like there's always somebody pulling some fucking weird religious shit on you. Yeah, Galileo and Copernicus. I should look it up. Something better to do than sit there and listen to the fucking garbage truck. Yeah, you thought maybe, yeah, there was a chance to like work yourself up to doing anything in the building. You want to do anything now? Really? Yeah, the best thing they could say is that, no, they didn't send those emails. Somebody's fucking with the email. That's like the best possible response they could have. Otherwise, yeah, just listen to them from yesterday, and it's like really obvious that they told me everything was fine. So they just like lied to my face then. Catholic canon formed a model of the universe. Oh, so he put the sun instead of the earth at the center. And like that was deemed irreligious. But he was supposed to be a Catholic. I feel like people even more in the history had to say they were something that even if they weren't. There wasn't even like a word for it. No, I'm Galileo, the astronomer person. I love how you can misspell everything and it still works. Deny his theories to save his life. Right. Oh, see, he... Huh. That's weird. He actually rejected Copernicus. Copernicus was 1543. Galileo was 16 something, I guess. I just want to remember that Galileo came after Copernicus. Yeah, you're worried about fucking remembering shit about Trump. I want to remember shit about Galileo and Copernicus. And my brain is just full of this fucking Trump shit instead. I can't read this right now. Yeah, I wish there was like a news, like you watch it with Democracy Now! And PBS NewsHour and stuff, but like it's historical news or something. Like famous things and events every day, as if they're like reporting the news like time travelers, or and just like keeps everything fresh. That would have been cool. The time travel news, yeah. Like ancient history through modern day, but like just it could even be like this day last year or something. I have to go to the bathroom. Gonna take a big shit. Yeah, that's awesome, right? Well, whatever. I'm debating whether I want to leave the phone in here to record sound, or if I want to have it so I can look at it when I have to poop. I guess I'm picking.